With the Board of Education, Dr. Fredrickson, no school today. Go figure. Not a flake of snow on the ground out there, and school got canceled. I agree with many of you. I think that Dr. Fredrickson should have allowed the students to go to school today if things got bad. If the forecast proved that things were going to get bad, he should have sent them home after a half day. But that didn't happen. It's easy to sit here and criticize. So I hope Dr. Fredrickson doesn't take this too harshly. We all make mistakes. This is one of them that he has made, and there's no question about that. Aside from that, I went to an AFP meeting last night. It was more packed than usual. It's growing here in Wacomico County, and you know, when things were busy before at other former meetings, there were people in from Worcester County visiting and Somerset County from visiting. And today, or I should say last night, when I went to the meeting, there was just as many people, and now the people from Worcester and Somerset have kind of divided into their own groups, and they don't attend the Wacomico County meeting anymore. So I was quite impressed. There was a large volume of people there, and I greatly appreciate you coming out and giving these people a shot. I think it's very important that people become more involved in their local politics, because our elected officials just haven't been hearing us. And one of the reasons for that is we've never had the format for them to hear us. And that's what I really appreciate so much about Salisbury News and so many of you coming and visiting, because it does make a positive difference for our communities. So that being said, this is kind of a special edition. We don't normally air anything on Thursdays and on Tuesdays, but I've relocated this studio to my home, and the reason I've done so is to be able to provide these particular shows during the week and save the major studio downtown for our weekend show, which, by the way, we will not have this week again. I apologize about that, folks, but we have just been too overwhelmed, and I'm not going to tie myself down to being committed to that particular show when we've got so many other important things to do. When we align people up and can schedule things to produce a show on a regular basis on Saturdays, we'll be happy to do it. But when my time is too tied down, I'm in a position where they're not paying me any money, I'm not paying them any money, and I have the right to do it and not to do it. So I choose not to do it. I will have shows in the future, but I'm not going to, you got me. I don't even need to go there. Sorry about being repetitive. Above and beyond that, some of the topics that were discussed, they had someone from the Parks and Recs department or commission or whatever you want to call those people was there last night. And while he was trying to defend the position of purchasing the 5 acres of land next door to the Civic Center, he didn't do too well. I know I was getting a little angry and had to actually get up and kind of walk around last night because I just couldn't take the BS that I was hearing. If they want to come up with concrete, legitimate reasons and answers, that's great. But until then, I don't want to hear BS excuses as to why they're buying this land and perhaps another 10 or 15 acres adjacent to it. It makes no sense. I don't care where the tax dollars are coming from. They're coming out of your pocket, and that's the end of that. I don't want to hear any more stuff about this. The bottom line is, it's a huge mistake, especially at the dollar value that they're asking for and that the county is now going to pay. You know, it's going to set a precedence everywhere else. And again, this is how all the numbers got skewed in the past, in the last 7 years. And property values went through the roof because our government stepped in, created the false economy, the false numbers for property values. Now when they go to sell another piece of property in the county, what's it going to be? You know, you get these McLeod or McCain guys that are on the county council that go in and place a value on these properties and or support the value of the property. Wrong. Should have recused himself and stepped away from that from the very beginning. I don't appreciate that at all. And I hope, the rumor is he's not going to run again. I hope he doesn't run again. This guy is a waste of time. He's a bureaucrat and he needs to get out of there. And from my understanding, he's stepping down. Above and beyond that, again, we have no snow. We may see something tomorrow. I'm no weatherman, but we have been on target every single time so far. I really don't know what to expect tomorrow. I can't even take a guess at it. We'll see what happens, but I hope everybody stays dry. We're going to produce probably, we might step up to 5 days a week for the show. Since the studio's here in my house, it's going to make things a lot easier for me. I won't be running around so much anymore. So that being said, thank you folks for coming to Salisbury News. Please, please, it's so important that everyone unite. Get involved with politics. I'm not saying go to all these meetings. Comment on Salisbury News. It is the only format you've really ever had that you can come in and speak your mind, anonymously or not. Speak your mind. The local, state, and national politicians are going to Salisbury News. I don't care what the naysayers say. They are coming here. We're a force to be reckoned with, and the force is you. Not me. It's you. Keep participating. Thank you very much. Have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Friday. Good night.